Okay. Alright, I want to make sure that I'm actually recording this time. Okay. Alright. Okay, welcome to my live channel. I'm the Game Master, and I'm going to be playing Ancient Domains of Mystery. Okay, I'm going to go for an ultimate ending, and I'm actually going to be using a Bard, which is one of the more challenging characters. Now, I went ahead, I'll go ahead and show you here. I have already completed an ultra ending with, let's see, a few high scores here, with a Thief. It's Master Shake, level 49 Drakish Thief, transformed into an Avatar of Order in the Palace of Andar Draken. Okay, now this time I'm going for a Bard though, so it's supposed to be like one of the more challenging characters, so we're definitely going to try that out. I'll probably try to do all of the classes at some point. I don't know if I'm going to go back to back, but for right now, we are going to go ahead and do the bard. Now, already created my guy, Songmaster here. I thought it would take a little bit longer than because I wanted to make sure I got like the appropriate skills and everything, but it actually did. I actually got him on the first try. Uh, let's see here, just to kind of go through what I'm looking at when I'm creating a character that I want to try an ultra ending with. Okay, so the most important skill, obviously, that we can have is fever preservation. The reason fever preservation is so important is because there's various dungeons in the game where it spawns monsters that you can eat to increase your stats. Okay, the bug temple, you'll be able to get up your dex and your speed. There's also the dungeon that's generated when you take the quest from the Ice Queen. Okay, that one has like unlimited number of like frost giants, so you can get up to about 30 on your strength. Okay, the Minotaur dungeon. I think I forget what it's called. It's Minotaur Maze or something like that. That can increase your perception. I think I got up to 32 on my last character. Okay, all right. So we definitely want to take advantage of those. And the way you do that is with food preservation is every time that you kill a monster, you have a chance of getting a corpse. So when you get your food preservation to 100, it's about 1 in 5. Okay, now the second most important skill is alertness, and the reason it's so important is because it allows you to dodge combat magic. Uh, Combat magic can be like another mage casting a spell at you. The main spell obviously that you're going to be focused on is the one that like the liches cast, the emperor liches, most bosses. It says like glowing balls. Okay, so it allows you to dodge that, and if you have a 100 alertness and a pretty high dex, you'll never get hit with that. Okay, so it does a lot of damage, so you don't ever want to get hit with it. There's also another kind of a trick with that we may use to defeat the Chaos Dragon, and I'll go over that when we get to him. Um, but basically, whenever I play a character, I always make sure that I have alertness and food preservation. So, that being said, I normally pick a Drakish character, as they get those skills by default. Okay, so it's part of their race. Okay, music's also very key, but as a bard, we get music by default. Um, Looking at the skills here that we got randomly, it looks like we did pretty good. We got athletics. That's usually a skill I end up wishing for toward the late game because it increases your speed when you get up to 100. Uh, Backstabbing, that's something we can get in the game, but it's still pretty good. Detect item status, pretty good. It's not really that big of a deal toward the late game as far as like status of stuff, but it's going to really help us out at the beginning, so we might not want to get stuck with a cursed item. Detect traps, that's something we could got in the game, so it's kind of a waste. Let's see, Geminology could be big. That will I actually didn't have that in my last playthrough. That can actually help us increase our learning score because whenever you like mine, you have a chance of pulling gems, and one of the gems you can get is like I think it's called the Gem of Knowledge or something like that. And when you bless it, you can use it, and it has a chance of increasing your learning score. Okay, I'm not sure what the max is on that because I've never actually had a character where I had Geminology, but we'll find out. Okay, herbalism. and not really that big, but it's kind of nice to have it. At least that way I can pull blessed herbs. Let's see. And, okay, everything else is crap. Okay, alright, so, first thing we're going to do is head on over to Lothan something something. I just call it the Outlaw Village. Alright, and we're going to, alright, kill a beggar. Alright, so your first kill is always important when you're going for, oh shoot. Alright. How to do that? So got an assassin there. Okay. Alright. So that assassin was kind of honest from the get-go. Let's see if there's a way. Okay, he's not. Alright, we'll try to avoid him and find a beggar. And there's a beggar. Okay. Alright, so disaster averted. I want to make sure that we kill a beggar first. Alright, that I kill it and not my guy. Okay, I did kill it. I'm going to check the. I think that guy's hostile. Let's see. Make sure. Okay, he's not. Alright, go ahead and check, see what's in the place here. Okay, alright, nothing really big, although we did identify some stuff, so that'd be nice. Oh, man. Okay. Okay, alright, so that could have been bad. Apparently my lizard decided to fight that dude, and almost got killed. Alright, so I'm going to try to make it over here to the, like, thief guy, and get pickpockets. Okay. Man. Okay, I'm going to help him out with this dude. Okay, didn't kill him. Okay. Anyway, not having much luck. Oh, we did pull a 1. Oh, that's good. But we not have much luck here. Because, yeah, I don't like fighting stuff in this being the first town. Okay, and we didn't want to definitely didn't want to get our dude killed. Alright, make sure I got my guy with me there. Okay, I do. Alright. Yeah, you always gotta be careful that your guy's next to you when you leave, so you don't lose him. Fade. Okay. Now, I'm gonna pick up the village dungeon quest as opposed to the druid quest. The reason being, and this is something I always do, there's a NPC in the level 4 of that dungeon called Jared. He's like a healer guy, so he can heal you, which is fine. All right, and he's like instrumental in like completing the quest. The key thing is though is once you've done all that, at some point in the game, I expect to pull a spell book, Cure Light Wounds, Heal, some type of spell that allows me to cast a heal. All right, now what I'll be able to do is I'll move in the same room with Jared with one of my like companions. I can like either like bring in a second companion, or I can use a wand of monster summoning, and I can basically initiate a battle between the two monsters, my companion and like a random monster or another companion. All right, so what they'll do is they'll hurt each other, and then I can cast heal on either one of them, and every time that I cast a heal on them, I can talk to Jared, and he'll give me a potion of ultimate healing. Okay, alright, so basically it's unlimited potions of ultra healing. Alright, so basically definitely want to do that. Alright, now, first off, what I'm going to do is I'm going to go over here to the tutorial dungeon, and in this dungeon, I'm going to basically be letting my companion get all the experience. That way, when we hit the dungeon for the High Mountain village. Okay, the first level of that, if you may recall, is a little weird in that the creatures are the twice my level. Okay, so I'm going to make sure I stay level 1. Make sure my creature gains. He got more powerful there. Make sure that my companion gains some experience. So my companion's like going to have no problem taking out level 2 monsters. All right, but we won't have to worry about like getting our world rocked by somebody really experienced like Wrath that like punches through our armor. Okay. Uh, Now, one thing you'll notice that I'm gonna do here is whenever I open a door, I'm gonna have my companion wait a few steps back, because at this point I don't have a whole lot of ways to deal with traps, and a fireball trap can cause my companion to turn against me. That's actually one of the only ways that a bard's guys can turn against him. They don't just do it randomly. It's one of the things with bards is that their companions never are supposed to never turn against them. But if I do anything that causes damage to my companion, then that will cause him to turn against me. So if I accidentally hit him with a missile, with a spell, or if I activate a trap and he gets into it. Alright. So we just got to be like aware of that. Alright, stay back here. Wait. Okay. Nothing in there anyway. Okay. Alright. Have him follow me. Okay. Now, one of the cool things about having a companion, probably not with this companion, but keep in mind we get a companion. We can get a much more powerful companion later on once we've cleared the dwarven quest. I think it's the one of the dwarven quests toward the end gives you a spell of blessed scroll of familiar summoning. Okay, so we can then use that in the dwarven halls and get a really powerful minion. One time I actually got an Emperor Lich, believe it or not. Okay, and the Emperor Lich was just and the only drawback was I never got any experience when he was around, so I ended up having to ditch him uh, at some point. But basically, he was unkillable. Um, and on top of that, since he's undead, he's like immune to cold. I had him. I had him. Oh, I forgot to buy. Oh yeah. Okay. I actually forgot to get the puppy quest, and I forgot to buy like uh, more food. With it, that'll be okay. We can get the puppy quest later. We're not going to do it right now anyway. Let's see here. Okay. Alright. If my guy gets too low, I'm probably going to head back out of the dungeon and let him heal in the wilderness. But I think he'll be okay. Because he should be getting stronger as he kills stuff. We need that. Okay, he's about half. Let's run back out and let him heal up just to be on the safe side. Okay. And by the time we finish these 3 levels, he should be pretty powerful, and we shouldn't have any problem getting through the dungeon with the high mountain. All right, and of course, once we get past that first level, I'll start attacking stuff and gaining levels too. Okay, so do a few more back and forths here. Okay. Okay, I think that's good enough. Okay, got a necklace. And of course, I can always just switch positions with him, put him in front of me. Oh, I don't need a whip. I'll come back later and pick up all this like loot that I'm not getting right now. Once I get to the point where I've got a high enough protective value that I'm willing to start fighting stuff, and then and also once I've got access to a shop that I can sell it all to. But for right now, I want to kind of stay in 110 speed. That way I can run away from something if I need to. Yeah. Okay. So you notice a lot of times he says he doesn't care about my order. It's because my charisma's not high enough. Your charisma affects that. Okay. Okay. Alright, I'm gonna eat that. Eat that. Okay, identify potion. And I'm probably gonna not be able to identify anything. Maybe, well, if there's a scroll to identify in the High Mountain Village, would be great. If not, we probably won't be able to identify stuff until we get to Dwarf Town. Um, let's see. Ah, man, I don't know. I think I'm gonna like not get my literacy to 100 so that he will give me the the potion of literacy. Okay, that way we can actually use that as one of our rattling things. If you're not familiar with how to do an alternate ending, at one point there's a quest to give 6 artifacts to a rattling guy that's in Dwarf Town. So what the deal is with if you're not at 100 on your literacy, the first when you complete the first quest in Dwarf Town, he'll give you a potion of blessed potion of literacy. Okay, that's actually an artifact. Okay, so let me check. No, I don't want to check those boots out because they're probably not as good as what I got, and they might be cursed. All right, so that can definitely be one of the artifacts. Okay. Oh, you know. Oh, I see we have one of light. Okay. So we'll use that. Hmm. Okay. Didn't accomplish much. Wow. Okay. I think that's based on your wisdom, which mine's 16. I don't know why. Oh, okay. He killed it anyway. And okay. So much for a wand of light, but at least we like got through one dark room there. Okay. Yeah, and another thing I'll do when I get my protective value up high enough is I'll ditch my companion and then I'll start pickpocketing everything Pickpocketing is definitely a key skill to being able to get your stats up really high. I think in my last game, which I was a rogue, but the rogues don't actually get better stuff from pickpocketing until level 32. Okay, prior to that, I had pickpocketed at least 5 potions of gain attributes, and I think I figured out. I remembered at the end. I think I'd gain like maybe 7 potions of gain attributes, and 1 ring of dingy summoning from pickpockets. So yeah, pickpocket's definitely the way to go on any humanoid creature. But right now my pickpocket's pretty low, and don't want stuff beating on me. Okay, let's see here. Okay, all right. Wonder if there's a secret door there. Okay, let's check to see because it looks like there might be a secret door there. Okay, I guess not. Either that or I'm just not detecting it. One of the cool things about companions is, and I don't know if we'll end up doing this or not, but you can get certain companions, the giant raccoon or the giant ant. They can both like break walls, and if you like, that's actually one way to get around traps. If you like get to a trap door, door you suspect may be trapped, and you don't want to try kicking it to like trigger the trap, and you have a companion that can break walls, you can just kind of like stand by the door with your companion, hitting five, waiting, walking in place. Eventually, your companion will break the wall. So it might take a while, and he might break a bunch of walls before that, but eventually he'll break a wall and allow you to get through without having to go through the door. So I've actually done that before in previous playthroughs where I had played a bard character. So may not have to do that this time. We'll see. Let's see. Let's have you get it about here. Wait. Okay. All right. Follow. Alright, and just compare him to attack these like bats here. Looks like he's back to full health. That's good. Okay, alright, so he's killing stuff pretty easily now. Let's get another one there. Let's have him wait. Okay, and we'll have him follow. He doesn't care about my order. That's okay. We'll fix that as soon as we get to North Town. Okay, I don't need current curse clothes. Okay, it takes a little patience to play with companions, cause ooh, okay, so, all right, so this could be uh, fireball trap. Let's find out. All right, no, okay, it takes a little patience to play with them. So I guess it's not for everybody, but if you're gonna try to like get an ultra ending with a bard, you're gonna have to use your companion at least a little bit. Let's see here. Okay, I'll pick up the marrows. So we might end up getting a bow later on. Oh, no, I don't want the Cobalt Corpse. Let's drop him. And when I'm playing with the Drake, I usually just try to stay bloated all the time and keep my food up because they actually have an ability called Acid Spit that will allow you to spit acid. Okay, in tests, I believe that, and this is just my belief, that it basically bypasses protective value, but it's subtracted from defensive value. Because I noticed that I was able to like do damage to iron golems, which have a high protective value. I think like level 18 or something. But I wasn't able to do any damage to the bugs. All right, which have a high defense value and low protective value. Okay, so that's at least that's my belief. Um, at any rate, it's definitely a good ability in the beginning of the game. Uh, it can also be used in the late game if you want to be able to drop your satiation level, because basically you're limited on the number of times you can use it by your satiation level. So whenever you use it, it like gets rid of your like food. You can of course eat more food, of course, but so we may end up going to the Dark Forge very early. Um, and using that because the last game that I played when I did my run with my thief, who was a Drakeling, I was able to clear Dark Forge level 18, which I didn't have a weapon that could damage the golems, so I was able to use my acid spit though, and I was able to kill one at about 9 spits. Uh, Now I had a high enough protective value that they couldn't really damage me that much, but it is a ranged attack. So, and we'll see how it breaks down. Um, so we definitely know we can clear Dark Forge at 18, possibly before that. Okay, all right. So we got this dungeon knocked out. All right, so it's going to run back to the surface, and we'll probably go ahead and call it on this episode. And then the next episode, what we'll shoot for is to make it to the High Mountain Village. Okay. All right. So I want to thank everyone for tuning in, and I'll see you guys next time.